And we are live. Greetings and salutations, Focus Up family. Welcome to the August 5, 2023 installment of the Focus Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms and catching up with us on replay. We ask that you click on that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focus Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy. Nice is the word Saint spelled backwards. And my hosts, as always, today are the lovely First Lady J, Brother Walk, host of Sex Talk with Walk on Thursdays at 9 p.m., and the infamous El Poo. How to do, family? What's going on with you, First Lady?
I'm great. Ready to go hit the park and represent the Hammy Yankees, unlike some of my co-hosts. I'm not saying no names.
I would love to go, but I didn't get my field trip signed in time, so I don't want no problems. What's going on with you, Brother Walk?
I'm gonna sit this one out too, First Lady. I'm gonna sit this out. I got too much going on in little old Lancaster, so I'm gonna sit this out. But salute to all my Hamilton alumni, everybody, and all the chicks. I'm gonna be there next year trying to get in them draws. Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
I take it he's been dumped again. But what's going on with you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait a second. You got something? You got an update for us?
Update, I got dumped again. We got back, then got dumped again. So, hey, I'm back. Yeah. I should go to this Hamilton reunion. Wait a minute, I'm out of here. No, let me stop.
Infamous El Poo, what it do?
Yes, sir. Once again, blessed and happy to be here, bro. How y'all doing?
That's right. And shout out to Brother Floyd X in the ether. There you go. What's happening there, brother?
Not much, brother. Real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out to my younger sister, Iggy Pop. It's her 42nd birthday today. Correct me if I'm wrong, but happy birthday to my younger sister.
Happy birthday.
You know what?
Birthday.
Yeah, 41. She was born in 81. Yo, 42. You're right. Happy 42. Angry, you still look good with your old self.
Ouch. So let's get into the news. Now, first, let me just say that, we're supposed to have some guests on today, and we're having some trouble getting. One of them had some family stuff to take care of, and the other one we can't quite get a hold on. So we apologize if we're not going to be able to deliver what was billed, but we're still going to hold it down. So in the news, the first thing we're going to talk about that fight that we failed to set up last Saturday. What you got to say about that fight, Brother Walk?
Well, the fight was that Saturday night, so we couldn't talk about it.
Set it up.
Oh, you're right. But it was a great fight. My boy, I've been a fan of Terrence Crawford since like 2013. I've been following this cat. A lot of cats are jumping on the bandwagon now. He's a great fighter, and he put the oh, that boy. Oh, what happened to that boy? It was vicious. Loved it. Salute to him. He is now the undisputed welterweight champ at 147 pounds. Do your thing, brother. You see his dog skin. You see how his dog skin niggas do. No, go ahead.
Hey, shout out to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Every Sunday you could check him out on the NOI.org to hear a message from him. And just happened that last Sunday he had a message after the fight. So let's play what he had to say about the fight.
After you get a beat down from people, you need a friend. Like, I guess Spence needs a friend today. What? No. Brother, my brother, I love both of them. But that beat down that he took, I couldn't sleep last night. I love my brother from Nebraska, but I couldn't sleep thinking about the pain of my brother Errol Spence.
Ouch.
Shout out to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I think he's 81 this year.
Still
Hey,
looking
I
great.
love his quote that he says, 81 years and I ain't never been a punk.
That's
Yeah. Salute to the Minister Louis Farrakhan.
That's right.
All right. So our next in the news topic, Cardi B. What you got for us, First Lady?
Miss Cardi B is in the clear after throwing a microphone at a fan because the criminal battery investigation has been dropped. Cardi B wanted to be sprinkle with some water, and someone decided to just throw dang their whole bottle of water on her, and she reacted on impulse immediately and threw the microphone, and apparently the microphone hit a young lady. The young lady wanted to press charges against her.
I like it. She hit the culprit who threw it. She seen her throw it, and I think it was a cup of water she was drinking. Yeah, Cardi B did say, "Oh, I'm hot, throw water on me." But look, keep in mind, Cardi B got a $2,000 weave in her head. You know how them black women be about that, her? She got mad. She threw that microphone, and it was rightfully so. A lot of fans, they kind of feel like these artists are a part of them, which is not cool. Like you could do whatever. I would have hopped in on and been like, I need that fade, bro, right now in front of everybody. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a mic is probably overkill for water, but what actually happened is she may have hit the person that threw the water, but it ricocheted and hit another person. That was the person that went to the police department. But it's all been dropped, so I'm glad it's beyond this. I agree with Walk. You can't be you out in the crowd. You can't be disrespectful and throwing stuff at people on stage. A lot of this has been going on, and that needs to come down. So that's what it is. Don't be throwing no mics though.
That's what she
got
had
something to say
in
about
her
that,
head.
Oku?
Yeah, don't disrespect the microphone.
Shoot, that microphone, they end up putting that on eBay or something like that. It went for like $80,000. So
That's crazy.
That's true. And it said the microphone still works. The 80,000, it still works.
Wow.
So next in the news topic, Lizzo getting sued. What you got for us, First Lady?
Lizzo is addressing a lawsuit filed against her by 3 of her former dancers. Plaintiffs alleges that the 3 women were subjected to a hostile work environment and harassment while working for the Grammy-winning singer. On Thursday, Lizzo addressed the complaints. Her statements reads, "My work ethics, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed." That's your favorite, Walk. Jump on it.
Yeah, go ahead. What you got to say, Brother Walk?
Oh yeah, she's a big girl, but yeah, if she made them dancers do what they're claiming they did, she need to get sued, because just because I'm your dancer and you're paying us, don't mean you can make me do fellatio on a banana in front of some white folk just to make them laugh at my fat behind. No, it's a lot of stuff that these people are allegating that happened, and I would sue her behind too if that really happened. So she gonna have her day in court. But Lizzo's a cute girl, cute big girl. I love the big girls, but she was kind of looking like a WWE wrestler. Them outfits that she just played.
So again, you're right. If what they're alleging is
I know
true,
I'm right. She looked like a WWE.
No, I'm not even addressing the looks. I'm addressing the issues that you're talking about. If those allegations are true, they should absolutely sue. But Lizzo is saying that the allegations aren't true. She's also saying that those people were fired beforehand, and this is sort of like just they're sort of like responding or retaliation. So I we'll let this play out in the actual courts, not the court of public opinion, and see how it plays out.
I'll tell you this: I don't believe the allegation of her body shaming or whatever. What was she doing? Body shaming somebody? How can she do that? For real, as big as she is.
Yeah. I definitely doubt that part. So, but we'll see how
it was like private parties, and it's alleged that she was making them do stuff for the people at the party just because they was there and they're her dancers, like making them dance and show their big old fat behinds. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's kind of not cool.
Yeah. Next in the news topic, Pee-wee Herman. What you got for us, First Lady?
Paul Reubens, aka Pee-wee Herman, whose character delighted fans in the film Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and on the TV series Pee-wee's Playhouse, died Sunday night after a 6-year struggle with cancer that he kept private. His publicist said in a statement, "Y'all ready to do the Pee-wee Herman dance? Play the music."
Busy, y'all.
Rest in peace.
Nice guy. I know you are, but what am I? I know. Yeah. Hey, man. We all grew up loving Pee-wee Herman. I used to watch that stupid ass show. I swear that movie was hilarious. I love that movie. I seen that movie on VHS and a beta tape over a million times. Rest in peace to Pee-wee Herman. I don't know no Paul Rubin. Pee-wee Herman, baby.
That's right, and you're talking about this. This brother had those movies were incredible, but he also had the Pee-wee Herman TV show, which was like the most expensive TV show at the time. I mean, he had like Lawrence Fishburne in the cast. I mean, it was like a big deal. So, I mean, this brother was a big part of our culture, of us growing up. He was, hilarious. He got himself in some trouble. And The Living Color did some real funny things about that, but the bottom line is he's just a human being, and we rock with Pee-wee, and we miss you. We're gonna miss you, and R.A.P. to a legend in the game.
Salute.
Next topic, Brother Walk.
Oh man, I hope I don't get choked up right here. Rest in peace to Lil Sody. That's my boy. We met. I was in prison. He was just coming in. He was 18. He came from juvenile. I was like 29 or something already. Yo, good brother, solid brother. Used to work out, all that. Then when I got out, I was hearing that name. My brother was talking about Mass Sody. I'm like, Sody? There's only one Sody. And then I'm like, this kid I was linked up with. I linked up when we got in touch. I was in his video, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my boy. He was a real solid cat, a father, a husband, and a reputable gang member, a real leader in the community too, preaching like to his homies. He got videos where he was telling them like, look, F all that talking behind people's back, F the guns. If y'all got a problem, come to the park and handle it. Use these. Man, just a real good brother, solid. And here's a testament of what happened, because, him and Nipsey, they dissed each other on wax on Reddit. After Nipsey died, he was there at the Marathon store with Big U and all the gangsters, the A-Trade gangsters and the 6-0s, bringing everything together, man. Salute to that brother. Rest in peace to little Sody.
Salute.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get him on the show because I was really trying to get our numbers up before I really got at him about that. You know what I mean? I wanted us to, so come on, support the show. This is a black-owned business right here. Support the show. Get them likes up. But we still coming. We still doing our thing. Yeah,
that's
but rest
right.
in peace.
I was about to just the fact that you've been shouting them out, and that, the intention was to ultimately get him on the show. So, R.A.P. to our brother.
Yes, indeed.
Next topic. Trump. So I guess I got to speak on this. So our favorite Republican candidate is found himself indicted yet again, and these charges they have a lot more teeth to them, because now you're talking about conspiracy to basically defraud the government, to defraud, to stifle people's votes. So they were very strategic about it. So Trump is telling you, like, his big defense is, hey, I really believe this. But these particular allegations, this attack, this is one that goes around that, because the Jack, I forgot what the guy's name is, but the DA starts off.
Jack Smith.
Yeah, Jack Smith. He has the right to lie. He has the right to believe. He has the right to challenge. So none of those are the issues. So if he keeps throwing that out in the media about the fact that, it's my free speech and whatever, that was the first thing he says. He has those free speech. What he doesn't have the right to do is actually conspire to put false electors in there that whole thing that he was trying to have Pence do, that's the stuff that's probably going to pin him down. So we'll see how this plays. I'm not championing to see an 80-year-old man go to jail, but the man is doing things that if he was a black guy, we all know how this would be playing out. So,
amen.
I think it's all political fodder, political theater. They just putting all these Trump did this, Trump raped your mama, Trump. Okay, he that's why he ain't even tripping. He knows it's real, but ain't nothing gonna happen. And guess what? The Democrats are, in my opinion, the Democrats are pushing that because they know they got a low black voter turnout. So they trying to make the boogeyman come back, who was Donald Trump. But guess what? I don't think it's gonna work because I ain't voting for no damn Joe Biden. That's my that's my black voice. I ain't voting for no damn Joe Biden.
Hey, what the government got to say about Trump? If this indictment won't do, then I'll try something new.
Mr. Nice Guy, did that YouTuber get arrested yesterday for the same thing that they're trying to hit Trump with?
Kai Cenat. Shout out to Kai Cenat.
Oh, you talking about the one that basically started that whole thing that happened out there? Exactly.
Yep.
That's a great point. The bottom line is, you sit there and stir up stuff. We always talk about free speech. They always say, but you can't yell fire in the theater. So, I mean, he basically yelled fire in the theater, and they're not even attacking him like that. But that's the reality. People actually died on January 6th. And those people that got prosecuted, got incarcerated, they all say that we believed them. We believe that all this fraud happened that nobody on earth believes, not even Trump. So, I mean, that's the reality. So,
don't steal my whispering. Don't steal my shit.
Hey. Wait, he's sitting over there. He's sitting over there defending your boy. But go ahead. What else do you have to champion for your master? Not your master. Your boy. I'm sorry, I took that back. My bad. Your boy.
Put the guns down, bro.
My bad.
Anyway, but hey, what I'm saying is, listen, I ain't got no stimulus. Biden ain't gave. That's why I'm mad. Biden ain't gave no stimulus since he been in office. Trump gave like 4 or 5. Look, people is hurting. Pockets is hurting. I need a stimulus. That is my master.
Hey, real quick on Biden, he is going to continue and get rid of some of these student loans though. I saw they pushing forward. They're not getting the full package, but they got a package, and people are getting their shit eliminated. Ask the first lady.
Hey, right on time. I just got my degree. Hey,
salute, brother. Salute. Black man winning things.
But that was a good point what the first lady said as far as Kai Cenat being charged with that, because it was the same outrage. All them young people out there running, they was hopping on top of his van, and when they was driving and they would not get off. I seen one person fall off, but they would not get off of that dude's van. So it was a riot. To me, it was the same thing. The first thing I thought about was January 6th. That should look exactly the same. So, we'll see what happened with that.
We'll see. Definitely. That's right. And, you can keep trying to make this as a political thing, but the reality is anybody else but Trump would do this, they'd have been held to pay, and Fox would have been beating the drums and praise. If it would have been Black Lives Matter, that would have been a completely different take on all of this stuff. But
Word.
C'est la vie. So we got some time to get into this first topic.
Oh my
What's
God.
our first topic going to be? All the
my
trans women declaring
God.
war on FAB women, and that means assigned female at birth.
Oh, AFAB.
I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic.
Yeah. Assigned. Say that again. What was it, brother?
Assigned female at birth.
Okay. I know with the things I've learned by watching this back and forth. It started with Jess Hilarious speaking against some trans person, and I started doing my research. And these trans women have terms for real women. They call them bleeders, breeders, and breastfeeders. I was like, they really walk around. That's what they call them. That's the thing that separates them from the I say, these are my words, actual woman from the intimidator woman, or with the imitator women's. That's my words, but that's what they do. They use those terms to separate bleeders, feeders. Wait, bleeders? What they call them? Beaters, breastfeeders.
We get it.
I just want to make sure.
Thank you, Walk.
Jeez,
go ahead. I'm
man.
gonna give you a go. What you got to say about this, brother Walk?
This women, black women in particular, should have nipped this in the bud from back like 20 years ago. Because remember, they had shows where they have a trans women teaching women how to be women. I think it was on the what was that, the Top Model with Tyra Banks' fine ass.
Yeah,
Where they had a gay or whatever he was.
Yep.
He's critiquing black women on how. See, y'all should have nipped that in the bud back then.
Yep.
See, now it went to their head that they feeling like they are women. I don't give them that respect of like you're a trans woman. You're a transgender dude, whatever that means, and that's what you are. You're not a woman. So they're jealous of women and they compare themselves to women. I don't know what planet they on, but it ain't the same I'm on. So, black sisters, y'all better buck up at them and let them know, like, it ain't popping. No. Now they are. See, that's why Just Hilarious said that, and now it's getting a lot of flack, and people are picking sides. That line should have been drawn.
Ooh.
Well, let's see what our resident black sister has to say about that. What you got to say about that, First Lady?
I have no disrespect towards any transgender. That's their preference. But what I will say, that they can never compare to us AFABs. I mean, they can't give birth, and there are some that are able to have periods. I will say that, based on if they went through the whole hormone change and
Excuse me?
Yes, do your research.
Wow.
If they go through the whole hormone change or whatnot, typically supposed to have your uterus, but until you can push
impossible.
That sounds
do
crazy.
your research, fellas.
Wow.
Until you can give birth, you can't compare yourself to me. I do not declare war with you because I am all woman. Everything about me is natural. There are no implants. There are nothing. So just like a clown wears makeup. A clown covers who they really are. When you look at the transgenders, they are made up. When they take that makeup off, they're all real. So do they declare war? Not with this woman right here. I'm all natural. No makeup on this face. I don't have to cover up anything because I am all woman.
Wow.
I'm surprised that didn't get a horn. Not that I'm saying it should. All right.
Horn,
What
dude.
you got to say about this El Pua? I want to go last on this one.
I don't know. I took sex ed. It's been like, I don't know how many years, 30-some, 40-some years ago. But I remember having a period was when a woman has ovulation, has an egg that comes up.
Period.
Yeah, a period. Yeah, because the egg doesn't get fertilized, and
I'm co-signing. Period.
Exactly. Period. Yeah.
That was an unintended joke.
If you can't make an egg, ovulate and all that other stuff, you can't have a period. I don't care how many hormonal changes you go through and whatever you eat and estrogen you take in, it ain't gonna happen. And I don't even understand.
You do your research on that part.
I'm gonna do my research, but that's why
they cannot have a baby. But they go through the process. Technology has come a long way. So many changes. So they cannot have a baby, but they definitely can have a cycle. Yes, they can.
No matter how
think the same
deep they
thing.
cut that knife. No matter how deep they cut that knife.
They still don't equal to me. They are not me. They can't push nothing out. Breast milk can't squirt out. They have not gotten to that point yet. Like I said, they can't declare.
They can't have no period. That ain't no real period. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Well, about 50 or 60 years ago, it was a song called "Let a Woman Be a Woman, Let a Man Be a Man." I guess that wouldn't fly today.
No, they are still a male in my book. You cannot have a baby. When your reproductive system become equivalent to mine, then come and talk to me. When you take off that makeup and you don't look like you had hormone injections, you still see a little beard. When you still have an Adam's apple, you come and talk to me when you don't have any of that stuff. When you can carry a baby for 9 months, then you come and see me. Then we can declare some type of war.
Woo!
Well, see, this is how I would counter that, First Lady. I would say that what about women that are barren? What about AFAB women that don't have the ability to have children? Does that make them less of a woman?
No, it does not make them less of a woman. It's just something their uterus could be shifted. There are multiple reasons why a woman, she was still born a woman. She go through all the other things that I go through. She just cannot give birth. She still has what I have. She don't have no testicle. She doesn't have no penis. So it's just a health issue that she cannot reproduce.
Good point.
That's all it boils down to. She is still an AFAB. She was born a woman.
She's still an AFAB.
Able to reproduce. Something is going on with her health. That's the only reason why. Typically, when a woman cannot.
I'll only bring that up to say that it's not so much just a function of having birth, because some people can't do that, that are still AFABs.
They still are AFAB.
I'm glad.
Not AFABs. I don't care what someone says.
I'm glad you said that, First Lady, because when this Mr. Nice Guy was talking, I was thinking, and sadly, in my head, I was like, man, maybe they are less than women if they can't give birth. But you corrected it. Wait, let me finish. You corrected it quickly when you said it's a medical condition. Then I was like, oh, she's right. It's not about being less than a woman. So thank you for clearing that up, First Lady. Because in my head, I saw it coming.
Can I ask this question? If you don't have enough sperm count to impregnate a woman, does that make you less than a man?
Point made, sister. Point made. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I agree with you.
Don't slack on my horns. Wait till I learn.
Even though I have producer powers, I still ain't figured it out that yet. So I'm sorry.
Don't move so swiftly like you did Wednesday night, brother.
Oh man,
you know what your hands on the controller do.
I had fun. Walk was cutting up in the pre-show meeting, and he was like, "I guess I had an internet something." I was like, "Yeah, I think you did."
Basically, you don't know what the hell you're doing, and you don't know what the hell you're saying.
Don't make
that's how Lady J just checked that ass.
I'm over the button. I'm over it.
That's how she checked that ass. Yeah, you stay over the button, boy.
But no, let me speak on this. My thing about this. First of all, I'm going to respect if you've all heard the concept of throwing like a girl. And the bottom line is a lot of times when you say someone's throwing like a girl, a lot of times you're referring to a boy. And my point is that there's still a concept, even though we have an understanding of what a woman is, and there's definitely a definition that is AFAB, but there's alternate definitions. There's things that you identify with being a woman. And I will say this for them that are trans women. It's not so much that these people are saying that they were born women. Well, in a sense, they probably are, because they're just saying that this is what they naturally are. I will always distinguish a trans woman from an AFAB, especially from a religious standpoint. I'm going to tell you right now, under no circumstances would I be hooking up with a trans woman if I was a single person. But suffice it to say, I'm going to refer to a trans woman as a woman. I'm going to use her. She's going to get pretty much all the treatment that I would treat a woman generally out of respect. It's just if that's you saying it's a damn lie that I would do it.
Would you open a door for a trans woman, brother? Yes or no?
Yes, I would open the door.
With arms bigger than yours.
What'd you say? I would. I open the door for men. So what are you talking about? I open the door for men. So I mean, why wouldn't I open the door for a trans woman? I mean, it's not on the table for me. I'm not. They're not someone that I'm considering as an option.
Nice guy. Let me ask you this: would you pull over on the side of the road and change a trans tire?
Or in other words, would you pull over on the side of the road for Bruce Jenner?
I would change any human being's tire. That's my point. It's not an issue about whether it looks like a female or not. It's just the issue of the fact that it's a human being. If I have the ability to help somebody, and I have the time to help somebody, I'm going to help them. So it doesn't matter what they're wearing or what they're acting like. I'm just going to treat them like a person. So I'm not doing it because they look like a woman.
So hold on. Let me. I want clarity. So if I'm a man, I flag you down, and I'm healthy, big, bulky, moving around, and I ask you to change my tire to pull over, you'll pull over and change my tire?
If I see a dude like that, I mean, I might be concerned that this might be like a jack setup type situation. But again, I'm telling you that I wouldn't normally just see. First of all, my wife would probably have some type of thing if I just pull over and help some lady off, just for if I see some female in distress and I go helping her. I'm pretty sure that I'd be having issues with my wife. So that's kind of like not on the table on that level, but I'm just talking about as far as what I'd be willing to do if I could help somebody, I would help them. If they could do it themselves, then I probably shouldn't be doing it. I'm assuming that you meant that I'm doing something that they can't do.
So that's all I'm saying. So I'm saying like if it's a lady, if I pull over for a lady who seems in what you call that, in distress or whatever, and her need a tire, if it's a lady, whether she's young or old, I would volunteer to change the tire as a man. I'd be like, let me change it for you. I'm not going to sit there and watch a lady change a tire. But if a trans person, I'm not going to sit there and change the tire. If I know that that's a man, I'm looking like, nah, you got just as much muscles as me. Change that tire. I would treat them just like I would treat young men around me.
What if you didn't know it was a trans until you? What if you didn't know it was a trans until you came up on it and said, hey, yeah, I need some help?
I'll be like, I can help you, but I'm not going to do the work. I could help you and guide you on what needs to happen. But
so let me finish what I was saying before this got hijacked into this tangent. When I'm saying that I'm going to treat you like a woman, I'm saying that I'm going to use those pronouns, and I said, but I also said up to a limit, because again, I will always distinguish a transgender person from an AFAB for religious reasons, just basic biological reasons. But again, I do understand the concept of what you feel you are. A lot of people don't understand that, the reason why you feel full when you eat, it's not because your body is full. It's because your body is sending a signal that, okay, you're done. So, and some people are not getting that signal at certain junctures, and that's why, their metabolism and all that stuff will influence why some people will be bigger or smaller or all these type of situations. But my point is that your machine can actually be, if you want to say false, improperly, or erroneously, sending those triggers. Huh?
Go ahead. You said false, and I'm just co-signing.
Yeah, you can say that whatever. If those things are sending those triggers, that's why you perceive, and so you're being genuine. And this is basically
what the hell are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
The reason I co-signed it, because when you say that, it could be false. It's like, so that nullifies everything. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not going to justify your false thinking.
Again, machine, your machine lies to you all the time. We all have a blind spot that our vision basically just covers up and extrapolates over that. Something that
what does that got to do with me?
My point is that person. I'm saying that if your machine is sending these things, your machine is basically sending this to your mind, this is what you identify, this is what you perceive. And I'm telling you, some people are willing to accept that. So I say to them that accept that, that's their business. But people like me that don't, I don't have to accept it, but I'm still treat you respect. I'm gonna still treat you like a human being. I mean, I don't care who you sleep with. I mean, as long as you're not sleeping with animals, or kids that, that's the whatever. What grown folks do, what grown folks want to put on, just because I don't think it's right or something that I would do, I'm not sitting there trying to regulate with something that somebody else would do. I don't eat shrimp or lobster. You guys do. To me, that's like eating like a sea cockroach.
Let's get back to the point. Are trans women declaring war on AFAB women?
You say, well, first of all, nobody's declaring war on anybody. I mean, individuals are declaring war on whatever stuff like that, but the whole group is not declaring group on the whole group. I'm sure that some people, first of all, trans women want to be what AFAB women are. It's kind of hard to be at war with the thing that you want to be.
And if you want to be what they are, you have to go to war and push them out the way, like it appears that they are doing. When they say, listen, share. You got to.
You don't have to necessarily put somebody out.
Women got to give up something. Women got to give up something. If somebody sit here and say, we are women too. We want what you want. We want that same man that you want. How you gonna thin out the pool of the dating pool because you're competing with regular women? Because if there is men out there that's be like, okay, I'll take him over her because he looks better. Come on, that's a war. To me, that's war.
Hey,
Women are at war
if somebody
with
don't,
transgenders.
if somebody don't want you, you shouldn't want them. That's all that simple. The bottom line is, ain't no trans woman gonna take me from nobody. If I was whatever, nobody's gonna take me from anybody because I'm married.
You
But
already
bottom
got
line,
men out. You already got men out here who saying, "No, those are women too." They
again, like I
get in
said,
relationships and be like, "Hey, she's a transgender, but she's a woman still."
and
It's-
again, and my point is that's grown people business. If that's the position,
but it's war. It's
It's
war.
not war. For the same reason that I'm okay
That's
with gay
war.
people. Are gay people at war because they're competing with males? Or is that what you're saying?
No, gay people are trying to get with other
You saying they're
gay
taking
people.
men away from potentially straight women?
They
So are
taking
they at
gay
war?
people. Gay people taking gay people. But a transgender,
and
listen,
what do you
a
think?
transgender is
What do you
trying to
think
be
is
a
transgender?
woman and she wants a man. If a transgender, they don't want a transgender don't want to don't go and date a transgender. They want to date a man just like a woman wants to.
If
So
a
that's war.
man,
They've
if a man,
competed for the same thing.
hey,
That's
check
what
this
war
out.
is.
Wait, Floyd. If a man wants to date a transgender woman, you don't think he's gay?
Some men, because of the way
I
they
just
was
asking
raised,
you a yes or no question, my brother.
it depends on what man you're talking about. Because some men think that. I know for me, I
Well,
don't.
I'm not
I
talking about
dispute
what
it.
they think. I'm talking about what you think.
What you mean? You have to look at it like that.
No,
If
I'm
I
saying,
was-
what do you think?
listen,
I'm not saying what they think. I'm saying, do
me
you think that a
personally-
man if you think that's a man, if you think that there's two men involved that want to be with each other, isn't that what you call gay? I'm not talking about what they call. I'm talking about what
Yes.
you would call gay.
That's what I call gay.
So that's my point. So therefore, they're gay. They're dealing with the gay population.
Though. You missed everything I just said by saying that.
What did
You
say?
missed everything I said because a transgender, they go through the process. They don't go through that process to get with a woman. They go through that process, from what I understand, they want to be with a man and want to have a vagina to give that man. So they are competing. Listen, they are
Be a
competing.
woman.
Huh?
They do that process not necessarily to get a woman, to be a woman. Some of them actually still
to
hook
get
up
a
with
man.
women. No,
To get a
some of them
man.
still, some of them still mess with women.
I'm talking about the ones that get their thing cut up and opened up so they can be able to service a man. I'm talking about those ones.
Women service women. I'm just telling you, there are some people that go through that operation that are still basically lesbian in their mind.
We playing in the daffodils. It's all the little minuscule stuff. Let's get past that, bro. Women, in my opinion, this is my opinion. They competing with women. If you try to look like a woman and you talk about you want what we want, and that one transgender that was going back and forth with Jess Hilarious talking about you just mad because don't get mad at me because I look as good as you. I put the picture up there on our group chat, and it was her next to Jess Hilarious. Which one is the man? And she looked, in my opinion, she was a transgender. I knew she was a man, but the truth be told, she looked just as good as Jess Hilarious.
Ouch.
No BS. No, with all respect, if I would have seen her on the street at a quick glance, I'd be like, oh, she's fine. And it was a dude. It was a dude. That's scary. To me, that's scary. To look at and be like, oh, ooh, and then you get a close look, you start talking. I would be pissed if I put time into talking to a transgender when I was single and find out that it's a man. I would be pissed if I was out here this month.
That's something they do. They have surgeries as well to shave off the Adam's apple, to cut the shoulder blades down a little bit so that it's just not as broad. It's a lot of things they're doing to manipulate the scene, to manipulate the man that's approaching. So to see them at first glance, it's not hard to be fooled. You will be fooled on some of them things, but they're not women. And this is why I bring it back to the point. Women, black women should have nipped this in the bud when it first started. With them even having the gay friend or the transgender friend, like, this the homeboy. He gonna protect us. He ain't gonna do shit but run. You know what I'm saying? That's just what's going on.
Hey,
we can't protect a person from being who they want to be. You know, to each his own. You have to have respect for people because you want to be respected. So to say black women should have dipped it in the bud, we can't control adults. We can't even nip the black men in the bud. So it's not to be put on black women that we should have nipped it in the bud. We can't control grown people. You know, we may be half of the people can't even control their kids. So how you gonna control a grown person? People are going to be who they ours be, whether we like it or not. Everybody not going to accept us for who we are. So I disagree with you saying that black women should have nipped it in the bud. Heck, we trying to save our black men from going to the other races. So how can we save them from trying to become us?
Wow. Let me say this.
What I'm saying, it should have been pushed back from black women. Like, you're not a woman. Y'all been co-signing it. Women been co-signing it, and I'm telling the truth on that. Yeah, y'all been co-signing that with a gay dude. Like, I'll hang with a bunch of women, and he ain't knocking nothing down.
Mr. Walk, let me elaborate on that point. This is a point I want to make. That's why it's up to us as men. We got to hold the line. Because what Jay Walk is saying, I agree to a point. When he put the responsibility on black women, particularly, at a point, you got to say, nope, that's a man. You got to hold that line. That's a man. I'm never going to say, you know what? We got to just accept them. Or F it, you're a woman. Because that you lost the war. Once you do that and take them, if us as men be like, and I'm going to say that, it's going to sound a little discriminatory, but as men, I know it's some men out here that you ain't going to catch me walking up the street with a transgender person. You could be my friend in the sense of, okay, I can respect you, but we're not going to go hang out at the bar together. That's me as a man holding the line. Like, no, I don't hang out with somebody that, like, just like I don't hang out with a crazy person. I'm not gonna hang out with no super gangster nigga who's still banging. I'm not going to a bar with a gangbanger. I'm not going to a bar with a transgender. I'm separating myself, holding my line, keep myself safe. And that's what I think Mr. Walker is saying as far as putting the responsibility on the sisters. When y'all accept them and bring them in and okay with them and can go hang out with them and do all that other stuff, to me, that's not holding the line.
The reality is men been telling women how to be like a lady for a long time. So it's probably not too crazy to have a man dressing like a woman saying how women should be like. I'm just saying they're talking about some model type stuff. I mean, I think all of that stuff is counterproductive to our culture and community. And I'm not a fan of the Barbie stuff. No, I ain't gonna go see the Barbie movie. All these concepts that we force of our concept of pretty and beautiful and all of this stuff. I blame all of that. I blame all of that stuff on what made Lil' Kim do what Lil' Kim did. But again, it's just I'm definitely not going to blame black women for going along with something that's been going along for whatever. I will say this: people in general need to put their foot down about what they'll accept and what they won't accept. And as far as as far as transgender women, and I'm going to say transgender women, I understand that some people will take some issue. They just want to say transgender. I will always need to distinguish a transgender woman from an AFAB woman. That line can never be blurred, and you should have an absolute disclosure. If you hooking up with somebody, letting them know. To me, in my culture, it would be a capital offense. So that's just where that is. So but again, I support human beings, adults. Be your adults. If that's the way you feel you are, then be and do your thing. And that's not my concern. There's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with, that I don't support, especially not for me and mine. But the bottom line is I ain't trying to regulate the rest of the world. So go on and do your thing.
I am, because we got kids that's growing up in this world. And it's all getting all toe up and the lines is blurred. I am. And I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to say something. You ain't no guy. You ain't a man. You ain't a woman.
Get it straight.
Your dick bigger than mine.
They got to cut it off.
This is.
Come on, let's go to a commercial.
No.
Let El Pooh talk. He has.
Let me say something. This is an insane argument. We live in an insane society, and we are teaching people or children to manipulate or to fall for manipulation, fabrications, and lies. And one more thing I want to say. You can be what you want to be, but it's your responsibility to let a man know what you are. If you are not a regular if you perpetrate to be a female, let a man know and let him make that decision. Don't trick a man. That's all I'm saying. So let's go ahead and go to the commercial. Commercials. What we got up? First up, as always,
I like how you move, Mr. Nice Guy. I appreciate that. Real talk. If y'all missed the show, go check it out. Sex Talk with Walt. Go ahead, Walt.
40 million viewers. Broke the internet last Thursday.
Sexless relationships. That was the theme.
Yeah. Go to my mother Muhammad's meat. Well, some halal meat. If you have a strict religious diet, that the meat has to be prepared a certain way. Holler at that brother. He's up here in the Bay Area. He does Sacramento, Stockton. He's in different areas. So if you want some halal meat, and I think he's also working down with the brother in Fresno. So he's expanding, and hopefully one day he's gonna be down in the LA area. Halal meat, Muhammad's Meats. Pause.
I'm from the city of Compton, where you want to get your plug. Light green and fluffy, sticky, smelly, and lovely. Doubt that powder too, you know what it do. Caribbean flavor, sit still on my plate, but do what they can.
Available on all music platforms. Check out Toppy Woppy, straight out of Compton. Good music. And now I'm gonna play a Go Be Alive commercial. It's not complete, but the point is, go to the website, buy you some honey. Buy you some honey from a black-owned business. The sister was on our show a few weeks ago, and she eloquently explained and laid out the benefits of honey. I'm going to play this commercial. Just pay attention to the website. Go to the website and check it out. Black-owned business.
Black honey.
That's right. And then get to our flagship. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. Go ahead, nice guy.
It's an Saturday. That's what I was about to say. Shout out to what we got, the Homies Way Kart Club, JC, our foundational Focuz Up brother, and also, Buddy Bud. That would have been the trick. You should have got Buddy Bud on the show. That would have got our numbers up, and then we could have got our fallen soldier on the show. But shout out to all the people that have been on the show, been connected with the show, support the show. We love y'all. Like, subscribe, share.
And also, real quick, Mr. Walk, I know you were speaking as far as Little Sody. Our brother is no longer with us. Much respect to that brother, but his music is still available on all platforms. Support his music. The brother had a wife and children, and support the brother and keep him going, keep it rolling. Much respect to Little Sody. R.I.P. or as they say in this hood, T.I.P. nigga. Go ahead, Walk.
Yes, and a few things as well with the brother Lil Sody. Like I told this story last time. I'm gonna tell it again. We go back and forth on Messenger, and me, I watch a lot of Tubi movies, and I hit on. I said, "Yo, bro, you should get into acting, man. You got the look. You tall, you skinny, you're a good-looking brother." I was like, "You should do some acting. Them Tubi movies, and you got a big following." So he didn't respond. So then a few months later, he put a post on Facebook and he tagged me in it, a movie that he got coming out. So I hit him on Messenger. I was like, okay, so you already on it. No more advice from me, brother. He was like, I'm 3 steps ahead of you. So salute to that. He got a movie coming out. Just bought a new house. My brother was doing a lot of big things, and it just cut short right there. That just shows how precious and fragile life is. And somebody said that earlier, but that's just what it is. Salute to that brother again, Lil Salty. So he got to do a movie coming out this year. I don't know the name of it. I think it's like LA Kings or something like that. It's some LA shit.
Yes, sir. Cool.
All right,
Yeah, Mr. Nice Guy.
What topic we have? Now we only got 10 minutes, so we want to.
We have to go in. We got to.
And let's do
Now,
it.
let's go. Let's do the hip hop. Let's do the hip hop.
We got to do
Hip
this
hop
one
is
because
long.
we promoted this one.
I said that.
We promoted this one. Has FBA declared war on non-FBA?
All right, let's go.
All right.
So let's first clarify. So I apologize. I don't have the pure definition of FBA. That was on the last show, but it was basically it stands for Foundational Black Americans, and these were people that could connect their ancestry to slavery to I believe to the 1800s. You had to have lived here for maybe was it 10 years or something, or at least acknowledged or identified as Black for 10 years or something like that. It was a particular criteria of people. So it's a big criteria of people, but we've noticed that, one of the big leaders of this movement that perhaps even created the name, we got brother Tariq Nasheed. And, there's been a lot of activity of these people that seems to have somewhat of a hostile take on non-FBAs, people they call melanated immigrants.
Yeah.
So you got something you want to say about that, brother Floyd X?
Yes. So, brother Tariq Nasheed has a website called officialnfba.com. It's a beautiful website. It's eloquently laid out, and it defines everything. It gives you the definition of what the flag stands for. Because he created a flag for FBA, so they have their own flag. So he created a flag, and it defines everything, the meaning behind the flag, and all this other stuff. And the history of it, from what I understand, and somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks had an organization called ADOS. They started an organization. It's African Descendants of Slaves or American Descendants of Slaves, one of the two. I don't remember which one. They started that organization. They invited Tariq Nasheed to be a part of it, but Tariq Nasheed, and from what I understand, didn't want to mess with them because, Yvette Carnell is a lesbian and she had a white lesbian girlfriend at the time. And that's probably, in my opinion, this is just opinion, probably something that he didn't want to rock with. So he didn't do that, but he understood their idea and the direction they was going. So he went and started the FBA. And now with this FBA jumping off and, Tariq Nasheed, he he has a show, or he put out clips every night on the YouTube and on the Twitter and things of that nature. And in my opinion, he is inciting or separated. It's called ethnic fractionalization. When you're separating the ethnicity, our Black ethnicity, you're dividing it by calling these people who are not FBA, calling them tethers and whatever other disrespectful name. It's the same thing when the America went to war with the Japanese. They call them the Japs. They call them all these derogatory names to make them look less human. It's easier to kill something or destroy something when it's less human to you and your peers less human to you. So this is why, in my opinion, Tariq Nasheed, who's somebody I consider to be a general in this FBA movement, is conducting war tactics. And I mean, I'm just want to put it out there because I know at one point my parents are from Honduras and Guatemala, but my lineage, from what I understand, it comes back to America. They left America, came back, whatever. But I understand, and I'm a universal person. I stand with Dr. Umar that we all Black, we all united. We have to stay united. Let me stop, and I want to hear your opinion, but I got more to say, but I want to hear everybody else take on this.
I feel it's extremely divisive what Tariq Nasheed puts out there. And it has you looking at people like, oh, he a damn immigrant coming to this country. A tether, right. And I mean, but he does have valid points on a lot of things he said. Now, because I was in an Uber, and it was a African driver. I don't know what part of Africa. He was there, and he was just saying like, yeah, I'm just doing this here. I'm going to just, but I'm going to go to my country. I'm going to go back home. In my mind, I'm thinking, you're a damn lie. You ain't going nowhere. You here because it's fly out here. America is the best place to be. I know this because that's how my mother used to talk. My mother, when she came from Guatemala, she came at like 15 or 14, and she had no intentions on going back to damn Guatemala. And I thank God she didn't, because the stories that she used to tell about Guatemala, I'm like, thank God we in America. They used to have like a dirt floor, and every morning they just have to sweep it to get the dust that came up, and so it could just be a hard floor. So look, thank God for America, and I think that's what more people should do. But we don't have to be divisive, because I'm, as a child of immigrants, I'm not hating on the movement, baby. I'm gonna get my check too. I want my check. I want my reparation check.
First Lady, you got something to say about this?
I actually don't. I'm gonna be quiet on this one.
Yeah, this is my take on it. As I can't speak for what Tariq Nasheed is doing, and based on what I've heard, I'm inclined to agree with the brothers Johnson as far as kind of what he's doing. It's not just the issue of pushing this particular movement, but now he's almost being exclusionary, not just because of the reparations thing. When Connie Collins was on the show, and she clarified, like, look, we're looking for reparations, so we basically have to quantify the damage, and then we have to qualify who applies. So therefore, this whole concept of FBA is a very logical concept. And as far as the particular slavery reparations, we're not talking about reparations for other things, because the reality is there's many things. So there's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? But particularly talking about slavery reparations, that's one thing. And not to mention, when you talk about the culture, the black culture that came out of slavery, that's another thing where you're identifying the FBA. So I don't take issue with identifying a particular culture and defending it. But once you start defying the whole black is blackest thing, I kind of take a little bit of issue with that, because to me that's the bigger picture. It's a problem when you see people from another country come here and disparage black people here because of the impact that we've had here as far as slavery, as far as privilege and all these things. So there's a legitimate defense mechanism going on with these FBA people talking about those people making those criticisms. Connie Collins talked about that. But again, I think that there might be a little bit too much going on about it, because when you talk about
tethers, BITCH,
I didn't say that.
Damn.
It did.
It sounded like I didn't say that. I'm just saying, but no, but the
I missed
tethers.
that one.
Yeah. Y'all run this back.
No, but I didn't say that. But
I'm in here.
But the tethers, that to me that's discriminatory. It's one thing when you say melanated immigrant, but when you're tethered, you're implying that they're latching on. So it's fundamentally kind of a negative reference. So I get what you're saying about that. And on some levels, I'll say that those people, definitely his movement, his leadership, this thing, it feels like there's a little bit of a war being, the gauntlet being thrown down. What do you got to say about that, El Poo?
Well, let me quote Q-Tip, black is black, number one. And we as black people, we already have enough enemies. We can't be making enemies out of our own people. That's all I got to say.
I want my check.
Let me say this also. Let me say, anytime money's involved, the number one thing that divides family is money. And in my opinion, I believe that Brother Tariq Nasheed sees money at the end of the road. And if he could cut more people out, for those who so-called qualify will get more money. So if I can say, you know what, let's cut all these immigrants or whatever you want to call them out, and let's just get it for us. It's more money to go in that direction. So money divides, and that's what I think the war is stemming from.
I think that's kind of disrespectful to the fundamental premise of damages, because the reality is people that have more damages at play have more. Again, when you're talking about slavery reparations, we're not talking about like civil rights reparations. We're not talking about oppression reparations, because any black person that's here is going to get exposed to that type of stuff. You're talking about reparations for disrespect of the police, or all those type of things. There's things that if you have black skin, I don't care if you were born somewhere, I don't care if you just came over here yesterday, you're going to start experiencing different things that these other people. So I'm just saying that there's grounds for reparations, but I'm saying that this sounds like one particular movement about one particular issue, and it was slavery reparations. So it's terrible. If they just say reparations, then I agree. It makes it sound bad, because it sounds like only these people are qualified for reparations. But a more eloquent take on what at least Connie Collins was presenting was slavery reparations for slavery, and that applies to people that America did here. So it's not just the issue of white people replaying black people, because generally white people owe black people all over the globe, but it's a function of that America only became into an existence at a particular time. America itself did some particular things, and it did some over a particular extensive period, and that's the reparations that are particularly being talked about. Go ahead, brother.
So we're talking about the American government, right?
We're talking about the American movement, not the American government.
What do you mean the American movement? How do you separate the two? Help me understand that.
The reason why I separate the two is because we give the gut. Don't
get them started. See, Floyd X, when you tell him say something, he's gonna go into a whole tangent. You're gonna forget the whole argument and be like,
the focus is
ask me government.
American movement. I don't even know what he means by American movement. Help me understand.
I'm talking about movement. Because the people enslaved the people. Do you understand what I'm saying? You talk about sharecroppers, you talk about plantation owners. These are the people that actually perform slavery. Government just allowed it.
Okay, who enforces the law? The only reason that those white people was able to do that because they had the backing of the government. You can't separate them.
Actually, the government was in tow with the masses of the people. You say that, but the people were the power.
Slow down. What you mean it was in tow with the masses of? What are you talking about?
See, you're saying that your position is kind of like, well, the government is the one that created this opportunity to do this, and I'm saying that
enforce it.
Well, you saying enforcing it. Were you saying enforcing it? They actually allowed it. There's a difference between enforcing and you understand what I'm saying?
No.
It's a difference between. No. It's a difference between not doing something about something or making sure that something is being done. That's a difference.
The laws, who puts the laws on the books?
The people. The people put the laws on the book.
No. The government does. The people don't put laws on the book. The government's supposed to represent the people, and then they enact laws that they think that the people want. So if the people say we want this, okay, we're gonna put this law in the book, and they justify.
Did they think people went, or that the people actually vote and put in there? But I mean, I guess there's some
both the same.
Yeah, both of those things. Both of those things.
So they enforce it. They don't allow. They put it on the law, and now they can enforce it. So they enforce it. If you disobey this, we send in the police. If the police not strong enough, we send in the military.
Okay. So you think that they were sending the police as opposed to letting those people in enforcing their own Jim Crow justice? I'm saying that the police were doing what they were doing, but they were basically allowing these people to do like Emmett Till type situation. You're allowing these mobs to do whatever and not punishing them. To me, that's not so much enforcing as allowing. That's the distinguish that I'm trying to make.
Okay.
I'm saying that they were actually the hands-on of what was going on, as opposed to actually puppeteering and making sure that it's being done. It's a little bit of a difference, but we're kind of getting to semantics. That's like Walk was saying, that's not something I really want to get into. But the issue was we were talking about
has the FBA declared war on non-FBA?
Well, I've already agreed that his movement in particular feels like that. You were talking about actually slavery reparations. That's where we went off into. We all agree that Tariq Nasheed's movement is one that's divisive and attacking.
Yeah.
Okay, so I agree with you and Walk on that situation. Absolutely. That's not the debate. You were asking me about slavery reparations because I was saying that the people that are qualified, the FBA, the people, not FBA, the movement, the Tariq Nasheed, but the label that he placed on a group of people that is way bigger than his movement. those people have a different stake in slavery reparations.
So what I want to convey out here is for us as Black in America to be mindful of this looming war, or this war that's being hinted at, and to not be a victim of the propaganda. Basically, to me, it's propaganda when you sit there and call somebody a tether and say, oh, they eating that jollof bread, and they call us akatas. The Africans from Africa call us akatas. Every African ain't sitting up here calling Blacks in America akatas. Some of them come here and are real happy and content to be here, and they just want to show love and share love with their Black brothers. Because when I was growing up in high school, all of my friends that I could look back on who had African parents, they never treated me different or looked down on me. So my personal experience, I have no personal experience where somebody, a Black person from a different country, looked down upon me. And I mean, I don't know. I believe I asked this on Wednesday night when we had our meeting. Do you have any personal experience? And none of us have a personal experience of Africans or Caribbean Blacks looking down on American Blacks.
I had a lot of experience of those. I didn't say that.
Okay.
I've had a lot of experience of African. I've had the very similar experiences that Connie Collins was talking about, where a lot of Black people think, boy, you guys complain so much, you just need to work and just whatever. And I'm just saying that, that what she was saying is, when you talk about the whole tether thing, to me, I don't like the term, but what they were saying is, like, you come here and then you're going to take advantage of these programs that they have to sort of like that are reparational, that are whatever, but then you want to sit here and complain and put us down, saying that we're lazy because we're crying about we're oppressed, or we don't have these opportunities, and they feel like, oh, they're coming from, these are way more opportunities than we came from. So that was kind of the position. So that when they talk about tether, they're saying that, look, you're looking for all of our benefits that are available to us, but then you're putting us down for the fact that we're complaining about things that are actually going on with us and have been going on with us for a long time. So I will say that there's being dirt thrown both ways. It's not just this particular movement of the FBA's going whatever, but it's also that it's those people that are actually talking and stuff. I gave an example about that sister saying that Africans talking about Black Americans explaining Africa and stuff like that kind of slowed me down a little bit. But I'm still black as black.
Let's read that comment. We just had a comment right there.
But it says facts that FBA fought for. How do you decipher that?
No, that's just talking about this certain program.
Who is Al B. Black? Who is Al B. Black?
It don't matter. He's just somebody.
The bottom line is he's talking about.
Yo, you gotta come correct. I don't want to hear you talk no more. You gotta talk for like 45 minutes straight.
You sitting there disrespecting the dude. You asked me what he was talking about, so
I know what he's talking about. Who cares? He didn't say shit, just like you, for 45 minutes.
That's not stupid.
Hold on.
Where's the switch to end the show?
Calm down, brother. Remember, we got viewers who they can't take that anger that you project out of the screen on Monday or Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So calm down, brother. Let the brother, Mr. Nice Guy, got to make a point. Let him make his point. Then you make your point, brother.
That was 45 minutes of talking, bro. Like, watch, you know what I suggest? That everybody just watch this show with an objective eye. Just watch the whole show. I'm going to watch the show, bro. This shit was kind of long-winded.
Now, listen, look, hey, our brother, Al B. Black, he wrote,
exactly.
Hold on. Listen. He makes a point. So I'm gonna put it up here, and he makes a good point. And Walk, you gotta reconsider your position. The brother say, block me for watching the show. Come on, that's a good ass point, bro. No, we ain't gonna block you, brother. We ain't gonna block you.
He said, don't you want different prospects?
Ooh, First Lady, I see you. You can see the
that's my point. But he was saying that these programs that FBA people fought for. So the bottom line is you have immigrants reaping the benefits of FBA struggles and then putting down, FBA. So that's why that's what he's talking about. That's what Connie Collins is talking about. And I'm sure that on some levels, that's what Tariq Nasheed is talking about. Well, is succinct enough for you?
Let me say this. Thank you, brother, for watching the show. We appreciate you also. We appreciate it. And ain't nobody getting blocked on here. We want y'all to watch the show. We want y'all to give y'all perspective. And we know that our brother Walk, sometimes he could
Ignorant.
that anger. He can put that anger out there. And sometimes it's good for the show. Sometimes it's bad for the show. Sometimes I can laugh too much. It's good for the show. It's bad for the show. We doing our best, brother. So, thank you for taking the time out on a Saturday morning at 9-10 a.m. to watch the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be more clear next time.
But hey, I think we're going to have a part 2 of this part, has the FBA declared. And you know what? I'm gonna reach out to Brother Tariq and see if he'll come to our little show and talk with us about it. Because I don't want to attack him. I love Brother Tariq and what he does. Let me get that clear. What he's doing is phenomenal. That's a great brother. I met him in 2015 at the the 15th anniversary of the Million Man March. At the 15th or 20th, I don't know. 2015, it was the anniversary of the Million Man March in Washington, D.C. He was walking, me and the Mad Loke was out there, and he walked up. That brother is bigger than he looks on the camera. He's taller than me. I'm like, damn, I didn't know he was that big. We took a picture together. He kept it moving. That's a good brother. So I'm not sitting here trying to bash him, but what he's doing, in my opinion, is dangerous to blacks in America.
One of the things that he's doing.
Yes, I agree. Point taken. So, anybody want to say anything else on it, or we gonna end it right here?
We can end it right here.
Okay. Let me get this out the way, and make sure I'm not missing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out again to Al B. Black.
Al B. Black. Oh, one more thing I want to say to Al B. Black. Listen, brother.